You're one of the more complex individuals I've had the opportunity to speak to.
I mean, I think one of the biggest things that has helped me be the leader that I am is playing sports. That maybe the journey isn't about becoming anything; it's about unbecoming all the things.
Shout
we
out
thought
Inky
we were,
Johnson, man.
so that we could become who we're truly destined to be.
There's a discipline.
Yeah.
There's instincts as well, but there's pain tolerance. Instincts kind of take over, right? There's a physicality to it. So how do those two versions exist in one person?
Right. So the pain in fighting is different. You know, I would rather fight any day than face 30 years.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Alchemist Lounge. I am your host, Dominique Richard. It is a pleasure to be here today. I have Victor Demesmin Jr. Welcome, sir.
I appreciate you having me, man. I know you've been trying to get me on. I know our times didn't align, but it's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor, and I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. I'm super grateful for this. The Alchemist Lounge, man, this is about transformation.
Yeah.
In all facets. And I believe human beings are very complex. And you're one of the more complex individuals I've had the opportunity to speak to.
Oh, man, I appreciate
for a variety of reasons, and we'll get into those quite a bit. So my audience needs to understand when I say a complex person, Victor Demesmin Jr., you are a partner at the law firm Demesmin in Dover.
Yep.
That's just one thing, right?
Yeah,
As if that's not enough. You're also an entrepreneur.
Yep.
You're owner of several businesses, right? You're a father and a husband.
Most
importantly, father of 3 and a husband. And finally, more recently, you've decided to venture into bare-knuckle boxing. Man, talk about a complex individual. And by the way, you actually are managing fighters as well as a part of All In Management. Right. So
you got the drip on.
I decided, you know what I mean? I'm a fashion guy, right? I decided, you know what? I need a fit.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the mall. Oh, wait. I think I saw on the website, they got a little shop.
Yeah.
So I came through to the office. I had to, had to get fly. You know what I mean?
This VIP treatment?
They gave me the VIP treatment. Shout out to, I think
that was Samantha or Brianna.
Samantha and Brianna. They both did an outstanding job. So shout out to them. Shout out to Samantha really for making this happen. I know I kind of chased you down. I was bugging her for sure. I wanted this.
That's good. Good.
It really is.
You know, she's my executive assistant, so most people are bugging her, because I got so much going on. And I tell people all the time, like, if you actually want to get to me, go through Samantha, because she's going to be the one to be like, hey,
for sure.
You got to, Dom's hitting me up. You got to do this. You got to do that. Like,
sure.
When people hit me directly, it's so many messages, sometimes it gets kind of like, pushed under the rug a little bit.
Right.
I got so much going on.
No, absolutely. No, and it's understandable. Again, very complex. You have a lot going on. I think we would be remiss if we didn't shout out your partner, Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy Dover.
Jeremy Dover.
My business partner. I've known Jeremy almost close to 10 years now. You know, we started off working together at another firm. Well, he was working for a firm himself. I met him in court, and I was working for a firm, and then we ended up bringing him over to that firm.
Right.
And I've been kind of working side by side with him ever since, because when we worked at that firm, we were kind of managing the department together.
Okay.
So it was great. I got to see him in his element. I got to see how he worked. I got to see his work ethic. And when it was time for me to do my thing, I thought it was a no-brainer to bring him along with me. And it's been a hell of a ride since. So
yeah, no, it works. It definitely works. And I want to give a special shout out to Jeremy, not for reasons that you may think. So you like 6'1", around it.
Yeah.
Jeremy's
6'2" on a good day.
6'2" on a good day, right? Jeremy and me can hang out.
Okay.
Me and Jeremy part of the 5 Foot crew. So I'm gonna shout out Jeremy and all the 5 Foot brothers out there. You got your tall, good looking brothers like this, and he could squabble. You know what I mean? They get a lot of attention. And you can hoop a little bit too. We need to see each other. We're gonna work something out. We need to get each other in the ring and a court or something. But no, shout out to Jeremy, man, doing a great job. I think we would also be remiss if we didn't mention your Haitian.
Yes.
Haitian background?
Yes, I am Haitian. Both of my parents were born in Haiti. I embrace my Haitian culture. Speak Creole, speak a little French. Love my Haitian cuisine. My wife is Haitian.
Wow.
So I am fully Haitian, and I love it. I wouldn't want it any other way, because if you know anything about the Haitian history, if you know anything about the Haitian culture, we are a population of people that perseverance, strong. We're hard workers, fought for what we wanted, what we needed, what we believed in. So I think a huge part of who I am and where I'm at in life is because of who my family is, where we've come from
Yeah.
and the things that we've had to overcome. So yeah, no, it's definitely, I think, a blessing and privilege. I was.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Especially here in South Florida.
Especially in South Florida. Let's talk about that a little bit. I mean, again, we would be tone deaf if we didn't explore the topic of the temporary protective status and the potential impacts to the Haitian community. There's such a large population of the Haitian community here in South Florida. What are your thoughts, just in general? How do you feel about it? Not to get overly political, but
yeah, I mean, it's always tough. Obviously, as a lawyer, I always look at it from both sides. But from a being Haitian, obviously, I would love for my people to have the opportunity to come to, the United States, be part of America, and live the American dream, and have the opportunity to do the things that I've been able to do the things that my family have been able to do. From a country standpoint, obviously, I understand that there are laws and there are certain things that we have to abide and go by to protect, to continue, doing what we have to do. But I'm a strong believer in that if, people come here with the right reasons, for the right purpose, to help society. And a lot of the people here that are coming from Haiti, and not just Haiti, from all over the world, are, if they're coming with good intentions, they're coming to help, and they're coming to provide, and they're coming to fulfill their dreams, I definitely believe that America is for it,
Right.
So as far as that's how far I'll go as far as the political side of it.
Yeah, no doubt
But
about
I
it.
definitely
I appreciate you saying it, though.
I definitely want my people, not just my people from all over the world, to have that opportunity. Great country.
Yep.
Fulfill their dreams.
And again, you guys do a great job. I've been taking a look at, the website, the Instagram for Demesmin and
We
Dover.
just actually updated
a lot of
the website.
humanitarian type
just
stuff.
Updated it.
Okay.
Literally like 2 days ago.
Good.
So it's live. If
live.
Brand new look, design. So I wanted to update it. Sorry, but go ahead.
No, but just a great job. You guys do a lot in the community, supporting various causes.
Yeah.
You go out of your way, it looks like, to make sure that there's proper representation for everybody, as you stated, all the different communities, because South Florida is quite a bit of a melting pot or toss salad or whatever you want to call it, right? Pause. But anyway, so no, I wanted to give kudos to that.
Yeah, no, community's big, man. I mean, at the end of the day, that's the reason why we do what we do. That's the reason why I do what I do.
Great job.
I grew up down here in South Florida. So for me, it's like so fulfilling to be able to help the people that I went to school with, or the people that I played basketball AAU with, the people that I grew up in the neighborhood with, that saw
What part of the city did you grow up in?
So I mean, I grew up in Tamarack Plantation, Sunrise area. I played AAU ball for Lauderdale Lakes. Okay. So it was good because I went to school on that side, but I played ball on this side. And I got the best of both worlds because I think being able to play with the brothers and being able to bring that toughness out of you and that competitive spirit out of you.
Let's talk.
And I think that's also helped mold me. People are like, Vic, you're such a good leader. What helped you? What books did you read? And I'm like, I ain't read no books. I mean, I think one of the biggest things that has helped me be the leader that I am is playing sports. Was playing sports.
No doubt.
Right? Being on a team atmosphere. Having 5 people on a court and knowing how to deal with the personalities, the egos,
come on now,
all of those things that come with being on a team. I think those are the things that help me become a great leader, and that's the reason why even now I have my kids and they're all in sports. Obviously, I would love for them to make it to that next level, whatever the case may be. But the main reason why they're in sports because I know the effect that it will have for them long term when it comes to life, when it comes to business, when it comes to interactions, when it comes to dealing with people, when it comes to like social skills, all of those things.
Yeah.
And that's what's helped me become a leader. Now, obviously, I've added things to it. I have people that I look up to. I have mentors. The Gary V's, the
Gary V. Shout out Gary V.
The Eric Thomas. I can go on and on. Mel Robbins, like the people that I listen to. That I gravitate. Kobe Bryant, is a huge.
Well, let's pause right there. I like that one, right? Because you talk about basketball, you talk about Kobe Bryant. I know I did some research. I do my homework. I don't just show up.
Yeah.
Nah, I go in.
Yeah,
Right.
you
So
go
I know
all in.
I go all in. See what we did right there? That's a bar. We go all in. And so finding out a little bit about your background and what inspires you, I wanted to dig into that and talk about that a little bit more deeply today, if you don't mind.
Of course.
This show, a lot of times what I do on this show is I bring out some hip hop. I'm a huge hip hop fan. I don't know if you got a chance to catch a glimpse.
Okay.
But today's theme is Nas.
Okay.
Illmatic.
Okay.
Now, you grew up in South Florida, but I know you were born in Boston.
Yeah, I was.
You're born in the Northeast. I'm from Baltimore, Northeast as well. And speaking of that Illmatic, that hip hop, that mentality, right? Nas is one of the songs on there is New York State of Mind.
Yeah.
Right? Neither of us is from New York, but you mentioned Kobe.
Yeah.
There's a Mamba mentality. There's a Mamba state of mind, right? Talk about that, right? What has that done for you in your career professionally, personally, how you raise your kids, how you move through life? It's about a mindset. Talk about that a little bit.
So, I mean, my love and adoration for Kobe goes back to me playing basketball when I was a kid.
Yep.
It was funny, a lot of times when I was on the court, even to this day, a lot of people thought and think, I never thought it, but a lot of people said I look like Kobe.
I see it.
I'll never forget, I was at a gas station.
Don't shave your head.
Yeah.
It's
no, when
I
do show it, when I do have it low, that's even
even
more.
Right.
But when I was at a gas station right there off 84th, it was a couple years after he died, and there was this dude. He came up. He was like staring at me. I'm like, what? He was staring at me
for?
What's
Right.
going on? And then he came up to me. He's like, bro, sorry, I was staring at you, bro. I'm a huge Kobe fan. I thought like he was like alive again. Like,
right.
And I was like, whoa.
Right.
But growing up, I was very like, my game, the way I played was similar to Kobe. So I used to get called, my nickname was Kobe, but this was before I even knew and understood the Mamba mentality.
Right.
I didn't really tap into the Mamba mentality until after he passed. Because they always say you don't appreciate things until they're gone.
Sure.
And then when Kobe passed, and then you start hearing about the stories, and you hear about the athletes and his competitors talking about how he was, and then you go back to his interviews, and as you get older and you start using some of those things in life and in business, you start gravitating to some of those ideologies, some of those thought processes. And for me, that Mamba mentality is just like, never giving up, that fierce, that rugged, that by any means necessary type, like, we gonna get it done. And Kobe was that guy, more so for me than LeBron. And I'm a big LeBron fan.
No disrespect to LeBron.
I think the best way to compare LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan, because I have this debate at the barbershop.
Let's get it.
Every day. Every time I'm there, I think LeBron had the greatest career, longevity-wise, breaking the records, the points. He's still playing at 41.
He's still going.
But for me, it's always Jordan and Kobe. And I always got to put Jordan before Kobe, because Kobe would put Jordan before him, because he knows he looked up to Jordan and his game was really...
So it's Jordan, Kobe, LeBron.
For me.
Because I'm aligned with you. I'm aligned with you.
The game is more than the physical aspect of it. It's the mental aspect of it, too. And I think that's the part that they trump LeBron in, is that mentality, that LeBron wanted to be friends with everybody. LeBron wants to be liked by everybody. Kobe.
And there's space for that as well. However, when it comes to, you count them rings up, and there's
Kobe,
a difference.
Kobe was coming to kill.
Right.
Every night.
No doubt about it.
And if there was 1 second left on the clock, and I got to pick between those three,
who getting the ball?
I love LeBron, but he's probably going to miss.
No, he's probably going to pass the ball to Kobe.
Or, for sure.
He's going to pass the ball to Kobe. LeBron is going to get a ball to Kobe.
Yes. And that's the thing. That's the thing that separates.
That's the difference.
It's that Mamba
mentality.
And I think Jordan had the Mamba mentality before Mamba was even Mamba.
No doubt about it.
Right. So for me, I try to apply that in everything that I do in life. I try to apply it to my businesses. I try to apply it to whatever, fighting. It doesn't matter. Working out. If I'm on a treadmill, me and you on a treadmill, I'm gonna die on that treadmill. You ain't gonna beat me.
Right.
Like, it's just that mentality.
That's the mentality.
In order to take you to the next level. So no, that mountain mentality, it's tatted. I got Kobe all over my body. My whole leg is
tatted
Kobe,
all
bro.
Up. You know what I mean? All the way up.
All the way up.
He's serious about it. Right. Yeah, no, you do look like him, by the way.
I appreciate it.
Now, you built you built success as an attorney, as an entrepreneur as well. But what part of your success, your journey, still felt untested, even after all of the things that you've done and been successful at, as an attorney, as an entrepreneur? We should get into some of your entrepreneurial stuff as well. But maybe you still felt untested to make you want to say, you know what, I'm gonna get into bare knuckle boxing.
I mean, I think that we're always tested. Like, I don't think it's ever gonna be that I'm fully tested. You know, and I think that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of evolution.
I like it.
I often say this quote, and I got it from Inky Johnson, that maybe the journey isn't about becoming anything; it's about unbecoming all the things.
Shout out
we
Inky
thought we were,
Johnson, man.
so that we could become who we're truly destined to
sure.
be. At the end of the day, there's no real destination. There's never, and when it comes to the journey, you think there is. Like, I'm gonna get there, and then you get there, and you're like, oh crap! Well, now I gotta get there. Right. So you're always being tested.
No doubt.
And it just takes that mindset to be able to be like, okay, let me take on the challenge.
Take on the challenge.
And every level of yourself demands a new part of yourself.
100%.
You know, so I feel like I will forever be, and I think that's the mentality that you have to have, so that you can stay grounded, so that you can continue growing, continue evolving, continue being a better version of yourself. As far as the fighting, and, you know, people ask me like, Vic, like, what are you doing?
Yeah. What's going on? You all right?
You got 3 kids.
Right. You got
all these things going on. Why would you go and fight?
Yeah.
For what?
Right, for what?
But not only that, like, you're going in fighting bare knuckle, even worse.
I mean, that's even worse. I would say, you know, I put the gloves on and I'll go in, because as you know, when you put the gloves on, you're a little bit more liberal with throwing your hands because you're not going to hurt them.
Yeah, that's the misconception. So what you just said is accurate.
Yeah.
What people
bare
think,
knuckle, you might want to hold back because you got to pick your shots.
Pick your shots, and
right,
people don't get that. And then the best way for me to explain that to someone is if I say, "Hey, Dom, I want you to hit this wall right now as hard as you can."
Right.
And I give you a glove.
Right.
And then I say, take the glove off. Now
that's a big difference. There is a difference. No, there's a difference.
It's a huge difference. Right. But the reason why I did bare knuckle, the reason why I did the fighting, was because it scared me.
It scared the shit out of you.
It scared. It still does.
Right. It has to. It
still does.
It has to.
You know, because it's one of those things that, like, you don't know what can happen. A fight is a fight. I could fight the worst fighter in the world.
One punch.
And he catches me.
He catch you. He clipped you.
By luck.
No doubt.
And it could be a bad night for me.
The guy that you fought, stylistically, you look like you were trained to be in the ring, and you were, obviously. He was unorthodox, dangerous, very dangerous,
those punches come from anywhere.
They're coming from angles that you're not expecting them to come from.
You know, it's like I played ball like my whole life, so it's like I tell people, like, I call it the black hole of suckiness. Right? When you play ball and you play with a group of guys that know how to play ball, usually less injuries. Usually less issues.
That's right.
But when you play ball with a group of people that had never played ball before, it's the worst 6 minutes. You got football players trying to shove you, trying to trip you.
Right.
It's different, you know, and it's not as. If you watch my fight, the first minute, I'm trying to
you're finessing.
I'm trying to feel him out.
Right.
I'm trying to get his cadence. It's not a normal cadence.
It's not.
It's different, you know.
Right.
But
and he was switched southpaw to orthodox as well, which is also.
He's like you.
Right.
He is a southpaw, but really a righty.
Okay, I'm a righty in box southpaw.
Yeah, that's what he's the same thing. Right. So he's a righty, really a southpaw. So me knowing that, it's like, okay, well, when he's in the southpaw position, he's really using it to try to throw the jab.
His jab.
Okay, when he switches over to orthodox, he's really trying to throw his overhand right.
Yeah, but he wasn't good with either one of them.
He wasn't.
That's right.
He wasn't.
Sorry, bro. I'm just calling what I saw. No, to be factual.
But it's also awkward too.
It's awkward.
So you kind of trying to make, you know what I mean? And it's bare knuckle.
And it's bare knuckle.
And you got to watch out because any one punch can scratch you up,
cut you up.
Right. Next thing you know,
now you can't see.
Right. Doctor stoppage because the cut is in the wrong spot. So bare knuckle's different. It's not boxing. And most boxers that come over realize quickly.
Yeah. No, I mean, you spent, a big chunk of your career as a lawyer. You're an accident attorney, by the way, we should mention.
Yeah.
You're an accident attorney. That part is, and, we all do, our bodies say avoid conflict, right? Our bodies say avoid danger, right? It's something intuitive in the human being, but you voluntarily step into the ring to do something that's like one of the more violent sports that there is out there. Has that revealed something in you that business or your law degree and your law practice couldn't have revealed about Victor?
I think I don't want to say that it's revealed that those things couldn't. I think it's made it more transparent. Right?
Okay.
Because you're in a ring in the most vulnerable state, right? You're in a ring with two people who are in there who want to be
to
there,
hurt each other.
to hurt each other, who want to be there but don't really want to be there, right? And that's the real essence of fighting, right? But you're really fighting yourself more than anything.
Interesting.
It's not really the opponent that you're fighting.
Interesting.
You're fighting,
what are you fighting?
your fears. You're fighting your insecurities. You're fighting the possibility of failure.
Right.
You're fighting the possibility of being a meme in this day and age in front of millions and
That's
millions
easy
of
these
people.
days, no doubt about it.
And someone like me who has so much to lose, right? And I'm not saying my opponent doesn't, but,
there's
it's levels, it's different, right? For you to go in there and overcome that, that opportunity to fight in that kind of platform, like shows the world, that you are capable of anything.
No doubt.
And it's inspiring. It's
It
motivating.
is.
It's invigorating. Like there's so many aspects. It's intriguing. It's interesting. It's like what's gonna happen.
Right.
Like and the reason why I know why that feels that way is even to this day. I was watching UFC fights this past weekend.
Yeah.
Strickland versus Shemaev. And like I'm getting like my hands and shit.
Oh, no doubt.
Like,
yeah.
and you would never think that because I just fought Bare-Knuckle a month ago, but it doesn't matter because it's just the unknown, like not knowing what's gonna happen. But the craziest thing for me was that when I fought, I thought I was gonna have that same feeling, but I didn't.
Right.
It was weird. All my fighters were like, "Yo, Vic, when you get back there, I'm telling you, bro, your heart's gonna be, it's gonna be jumping, it's gonna be palpitating. Like, it's okay, it's normal." I've been fighting for 10 years. Lorenzo Hunt, BKSC,
Beast.
GOAT.
Beast.
He told me, he said, "Bro, I've been fighting for 20 years. It still happens." So I was in the bag. All right, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
This thing that everyone's telling me. For some reason,
it didn't.
And I was just so excited to get out there.
Yeah.
To I had my friends, my family, my son was there,
my
wife was there, my parents were there.
Okay, so they were feeling it, but you may not.
Yeah, they were feeling it. I'm sure my coach was feeling it. My coach was in the back about to pass out. I said, "Coach, you okay, man?" But obviously when you form a relationship with someone and you have love for someone, it's the hardest thing to go out there and see them having to go do that and not having any control. And I get it because I manage these guys.
They're trying to prepare you for
the
potential.
The hardest thing, even Habib, like the UFC fighter Habib, said for him it's worse being in the corner for his guys. And I get it, right? Because you're in the corner, you want them to do whatever, but you can't control.
There's no control.
You can tell them, "Hey, do this," and they don't really do it, or they don't hear you, or you don't know how they're going to take the moment. And
but when you're fighting, it's all control.
Right. And I know my mindset. I know how I am. I know how I feel. I know how I think. It's different. And I had to tell my coach. Lorenzo was nervous for me, right? Juggernaut, he's nervous for me. And I'm telling him and I'm saying, "Hey, bro, I know you're nervous for me because you don't know how I'm going to take the lights, the camera, the action." But I told him.
Because that can gas fighters.
Yeah.
Just the lights.
But I said, I'm different. You know why? I've been in front of it. I've been in front of the lights.
Right.
In a different way. But I've been there.
So let's talk about that then, because you're right. I mean, but when you're in front of the cameras, in a sense, courtroom, right, in front of the cameras, there's a different, there's something different going on. Yeah. There's intellect. You're using your intellect, right? You're using strategy, right? And it's not to say that in fighting there's no intellect and there's no strategy. However, there's something else going on beyond that, right? There's a discipline. Yeah. There's instincts as well, but there's pain tolerance. Instincts kind of take over, right? There's a physicality to it. So how do those two versions exist in one person? Yeah. That's the alchemy of it all, in my opinion.
For me, they're synonymous. The reason why I say that is you won't know what it is like until you're a lawyer and you're in a courtroom and you got a client facing 30 years. Worse than getting punched in the face.
That's worse.
When you got to look at their family and see their family crying, So I can, for me, I can understand and I can correlate both, and to me, they're almost synonymous, right? One is, I'm getting a physical punch to the face, or I'm getting, or I'm throwing a physical punch to somebody, and I feel that pain. right? But like I said, my hand, my hand was hurting.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt anymore.
Right.
Somebody
Still
loses a
hurts.
loved one.
Still hurts.
That
The
hurts
pain
forever.
doesn't go away.
Never goes away.
Absolutely.
Right. So the pain in fighting is different.
Mhm.
I would rather fight any day than face 30 years. I would rather fight any day than face 1 year.
But you're not facing it. The
I'm
clients
not.
are
My
facing
client is facing it.
Right.
But I'm a part of their story. I'm a part of their
you
journey.
feel that
I feel
closely
it too.
connected.
There's no worse
Right.
punch in the gut
Right.
than a judge telling you that your
Right.
client has to face 30
Right.
years in prison, and now you got to look
Right.
at your client or their family
Right.
say, damn, I
So
tried, I did everything I could. But not only that, in the courtroom, and I mentioned this too, I can't control the outcome as well as I can in the ring. If I'm in the ring, I can control whether or not, to a certain extent, if I want to knock you out.
Right.
I could put on the best case in chief in front of the judge, in front of the jury, and it still doesn't go my way.
Right.
At the end of the day, if I'm in trial, I gotta almost leave it up to the jury. No matter
You're leaving
what.
it up to them.
If I'm in the ring, yes, I can leave it up to the judges.
You don't want,
but I
you
can
got control
also
over that.
take them out.
Yeah.
So it's there's a beauty in it.
Yeah.
And both sides. But I definitely think that they're related. But at the end of the day, I'm a fighter. Whether I'm a fighter in the courtroom, whether I'm a fighter in the ring, whether I'm a fighter in life, I'm always gonna fight for what I believe, what I think is right. I'm gonna fight to protect my family. Fight to protect my firm. Right. Whatever it is that I love, I appreciate, I'm gonna fight.
Yeah.
That's what it is. At the end of the day, the essence of life is going and fight.
No doubt about it. I love it.
Choice.
I love it. It's very inspirational. Thank you for sharing that, man. So let me ask you this then. Some of your clients, you're fighting an insurance company.
Yeah.
What's tougher? The person across the ring or the insurance company when you're trying to get that money out of them for your client? Who's the tougher?
Depends on the opponent.
right, exactly. Right?
But no, I mean, it's a good question.
You're undefeated in the ring.
Yeah.
But in the courtroom,
I've taken some
you
hits.
had some ups and downs.
Yeah, I've taken some
It's a couple losses here and there. Taking a few hits.
Yeah, but I don't look at them as losses. I look at them as lessons.
Talk that talk.
I think in the courtroom, even if I've taken some lessons, it's helped me become a better attorney. Right. In the fighting, I've taken some losses. You just didn't see them. I did it all the way up until the fight. Yeah. People don't realize that for me, the easiest night was the fight.
Easiest night.
And the reason why it was is because of the work that I put in leading up to the fight.
That trainer is a monster, ain't it?
It's the losses that I took leading up to the fight. It's the losses in sparring. It's the losses in, just time, sacrifice, being away from my kids, my family. So, yeah, we're always taking losses. Right. We wouldn't appreciate the wins without the losses. So it doesn't matter if it's in the courtroom. It doesn't matter if it's fighting. It doesn't matter if it's the insurance company. I'm okay with taking the losses. What I'm not okay with is giving up, quitting, and not fighting. I'm going to always fight. Amen. I'm going to always push forward. I'm going to always find a way. Right. That's that Mamba.
Love it. Bare-knuckle boxing, man, that's going to strip away a lot of your comforts. Or boxing, period. Any kind of combat sport is really going to strip away your comfort zone, right? Whatever your comfort zone is, that's just going to get exposed. Your ego is going to have to shrink, right? No excuses. I think that's on the logo right here.
Yeah,
I'm wearing the merch.
Only results.
No excuses, only results. We all in, baby. You know what I mean? So was there a part of yourself that maybe you had to strip away, that maybe had to die? Was there a part of Victor that had to die?
Yeah, I think it was the empathy.
The empathy.
Yeah, when you're in
Talk
the ring.
To me.
When you're in the ring, it's kill or be killed.
No doubt.
And, I'm a very empathetic person. I'm a very empathetic leader. It's a good thing and a bad thing, right?
No doubt.
I've had people appreciate it. I've had employees appreciate it. I've had coworkers appreciate it, colleagues appreciate it, but there are people that try to take advantage of that.
Come on now.
The hardest thing was being able to go into a ring in front of everybody, and shut off the empathy. And I had to.
You had to.
Because if I didn't shut off the empathy, I could be the person laying out cold because I was so empathetic about my.
Right.
If you go back and watch my fight in that first round, I knocked him down. I cut him open and he was bleeding everywhere. And I remember after that first round, Lorenzo Hunt came in the corner. Hey, bro, I've seen this happen before. Don't let this happen. They call it his fighter's remorse. What is he talking about? And what he's talking about is when you fight and you hit for the first time.
Right.
That was my first fight.
That's your first fight. Yeah.
Like, that's my first fight in my life.
Right.
my entire life
Right.
with a ref in between. I've had fights on the
Sure,
schoolyard,
sure. Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah,
basketball
yeah,
court.
yeah.
Never in my life have I ever had a fight with a guy
ref in between,
with
right.
a ref in between. So he said, man, there's something called fighter's remorse, and what that is like you hit somebody, and when you hit them and you see blood coming down their face, and you're just like, you start feeling bad for them.
Right. Right.
You know,
right.
and I kind of felt that.
Lorenzo said that?
Huh, yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's a monster.
He's a monster,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's been
overcome
doing
that.
it for so long.
So you got to let that go.
You have to let that go. And I don't know if you could tell, but like I could have put him out in the end of that first round if I really wanted to.
Right.
But I've always, I always keep in the back of my mind a wounded animal is a dangerous animal. So I didn't want to press it too fast and get cut or whatever the case may be. And in the second round, I don't know if you noticed, I kind of slowed down a little bit, right? So I think that's what he was
talking about.
And then in the second round, I was backing up.
I don't know if it was a punch. Was it a punch?
We'll give him a punch.
Okay, we're going to give him a punch.
I don't want to take it away from him.
Okay.
Right?
You went down.
But it was really me trying to avoid the awkwardness, and I'm trying to get out the way.
It's awkward.
And,
yes, indeed.
I kind of like lost my footing, touched my face,
right.
but it wasn't the punch that made me go down.
Right.
It was more of
balance.
The balance, right?
Yeah.
But when that happened to me now,
emotionally though, what does it say?
Now it's killer be killed.
Shit. It's on now.
It's on,
yeah,
right? And that's when I really, really felt what Lorenzo was saying. And the funny thing was, right before I walked out there, the promoter, Zach Cummings, he's a former USC guy. He's the one that kind of helped me get my first fight and all that stuff.
Okay.
And he was in the back and he said, "Hey Vic, man, doing this a long time."
Right.
He said, "I know you look ready, you feel ready."
Yeah.
When they closed that gate,
right.
And I felt that, and
You
I was like, "Oh, that was the first time I was like, okay,
okay, now
it's real.
It's real."
So when I went down, I was very calm, calm, cool, collected. Even when I
think
went
you
down.
did. I think you hit a.
I had to tell Lorenzo to chill.
Yeah, you did this
because I knew for them they weren't sure if I went down from a punch.
Right.
I knew I went down more because I was off balance. Right. So I had to tell them, like, bro, it's okay, don't worry. Because I don't know if you saw, Lorenzo stood up right away.
I
like,
didn't see. I don't know if I saw him. Okay.
He stood up and I said, chill out, we got this. But I needed that, right? Because it allowed me to remove that empathy again, even more, right? Yeah. Because I walked in there, removed the empathy.
Right.
I hit him.
Went down.
Felt empathetic a little bit, like, damn, I feel bad. Like, I see blood coming down.
Yeah. He's got a family.
He got a family. Do I want to knock him out cold? Like, how do I want to do this?
Mamba mentality got to come back.
Yeah, and then it came back, which was good. And I was able to finish him.
Nice. No, I watched it. That was fun. Let's talk about ego a little bit.
Okay.
Talk about ego a little bit. Now, you're balancing multiple sort of identities. We can call them that. I think of ego as an identity.
Okay.
Attorney, businessman, manager, right, of fighters, and also a fighter. Which version of Victor feels more authentic right now?
I would say me being a father, husband.
Okay. Yeah.
I know you didn't name that there, but I know that you mentioned it earlier. Yeah, husband, father.
It's written down.
Yeah.
I was going there. If you didn't say it, I was gonna follow up.
But
anyway,
that's the most genuine side of me. I'm a very loving. I'm a very empathetic.
Right.
I take pride in being a father, being a husband. I take pride in protecting my family. All the other stuff, it's all cool. It's great.
Yeah.
But there's nothing more important in this world to me than that.
No doubt about it.
And I, with everything that I got going on, all the businesses, with all the ventures, I always told myself that I would never want to gain all of these things, but to lose what truly, truly mattered to me, which was my family.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of attorneys that chase the money, chase the fame, chase all those things, and they get it.
Sure.
But they lose the most important thing.
Riding around in a Bentley by yourself. That shit ain't fun. That's not a good look.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Right.
But people don't realize it until it's too late.
Right.
And for me, I've always wanted to keep that at the forefront of my mind. And it's part of the reason why I am the way I am, the way I move. I try to stay 10 toes down. I try to stay humble because I know that I can have everything today and it can all be gone tomorrow.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm 55 years old, right? I've been married now for 33 years.
Wow. Congrats, man.
Thank you. We've been together 38 years.
Wow.
I think you 38.
Yeah.
37. I'm gonna pop my collar.
Yeah, but 38, 3 and 8 are my favorite numbers.
There you go. Right. So, I mean, I can tell you, you are absolutely on the right track. You're 100% correct and accurate in everything you said. Clearly, your upbringing has a big part of that. I would say your parents did an amazing job.
Yes, for sure.
They laid the foundation for you. You're very clear-eyed and clear about what you're doing. But you're right. Family is everything. That's the one and only identity that actually matters. Having said that, you still got a lot of shit going on.
I do.
Let's talk about some of your other businesses. Besides, the law firm, besides All In Management, where you're managing fighters, and now you're also a fighter yourself. What are some of the other businesses you have going on? Let's talk about those.
Yeah, we've got a few restaurants. One of them's down the street, Grain and Berry. It's an acai smoothie spot right here in Flagler Village.
Okay.
We've got Charlie's Philly cheesesteaks. We got 2 of them.
Wow.
We got a grand opening of our second one actually next week. But the first one is actually off of Sterling and University, just south of Sterling University. We've also got the second one that's opening next week. That's going to be in Deerfield.
Mm-hmm.
That's off of Hillsborough and Powerline. And then we also have Hertz Donuts.
Hertz Donuts,
which is in Plantation and Plantation Walk.
Right.
Plantation. It's a donut shop that has like flavors. It's great. The kids love it.
Wow.
I've got properties. Me and my business partner, we've got properties.
Yeah.
Tulum and
Amazing.
And just different places. For me, I told my business partner years ago when we partnered up, I said, hey, man, I want to be a lawyer, but I don't want to just be a lawyer. I don't want to, for the rest of my life, just be a lawyer. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to help change lives. I want to use the platform that we have to help change the lives of our employees, create opportunities,
no doubt,
help employees become leaders. And for me, that's the most fulfilling thing that I've been able to do from a work standpoint. Outside of, like I said, being a father, husband. From a work standpoint, is being able to help lead these other people into becoming leaders.
No doubt about it.
I always tell my employees, if you want to show me that you're a good leader, create other leaders, right? Because what happens is sometimes people get confused between leadership and management. Like, I don't need you to manage people, lead people.
Right.
Sometimes that may be you doing the work too. And even me, to this day, I still get my hands dirty. I'm not the type of person that said, do this.
So let me ask you this. Well, before let me pause it. I want to ask you a follow up to that. But in terms of all of your business ventures, right? I have a suggestion. Right? Let me give you some.
Okay. I'm always ready for game.
You should want to manage, lead, or build out, or invest in a production platform that gives people an opportunity to have deep, meaningful conversations and connect with their audience.
Oh, you're talking about like a podcast?
If you want to call it that, okay. I mean, we can call it the Alchemist Lounge or something like that. If you wanted to invest, I'm shooting my shot.
Yeah.
No, but I want to talk. I want to talk about that leadership, though. I mean, in terms of setting an example.
Yeah.
Was there a part of you, because you've been in the corner for some of your athletes under All In Management. Yeah. Was there a part of you that said, you know what? It would be more altruistic. It would be more, I'd keep it real. My street cred would go.
I like that. Yeah. Altruism, unselfish concern, and welfare of others over personal advantage.
Come on, man. I'm a smart hood kid too, right?
Okay.
So anyway, so was there part of you that said, leading by example might mean stepping into the ring? Was there a part of you that said, looked at your fighters and said, you know what? This is going well. I'm supporting them, but I can't really fully engage and help them. The empathy aspect of that isn't just having feeling for someone, it's putting yourself in someone's shoes. Yeah. Was there a part of you that said, you know what? I need to step in the ring. This could give me a better perspective.
Yeah, no, for sure. As a leader, I think it's always important to know and understand what your workers, what your employees, what your colleagues are going through, so that you can find ways to lead better, right? For me, I've always been that kind of leader. Even I tell my employees now, everything you're doing, I've done.
Yeah, right.
It's not a situation like I just don't do it anymore.
You don't do it anymore. Right.
Higher level things, right? But everything that you've done, I've done. And for me, the fighting, what you just said, is actually on point. I had never had a fight. You know, I didn't have to jump in there.
No.
But I knew jumping in there would make me a better man,
No doubt
would
about
make
it.
me a better leader for my
Yeah.
fighters. I already had the respect,
Yeah.
but it put the respect
Yeah.
on a whole nother level.
Right.
Because for me to go in there, not having to go in,
You didn't have to do
you
it.
know how much I made for my fight?
It's embarrassing, I'm sure.
500 bones.
500.
$500.
Wow. And
You know, I ain't cash that check. I put it in the frame.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't do it for the money.
Yeah. It's not for the money. 'Cause
I
you got
actually
that.
spent more money
Come on.
going to the fight.
Come on. I get it.
Preparing for. I had 50 cage side seats.
We need to talk about that, man, because entrepreneurship is that in every aspect, right? Because I'm spending money.
Yeah.
I'm spending money. I'm not making money.
Got to spend
People
it.
look at it the wrong way,
Mm-hmm.
right? The hustle is very, very different on the entrepreneur side when you're not in it for the money. You're doing things, you're showing, I don't know, proving is the right word, but you're not in it for the money. Because you could get the money in a million different ways.
Yeah.
You have other ways.
Yeah.
Right.
It actually takes away from the money.
It takes away from the money.
Because I'm spending
Because
time,
you're spending
energy.
time at the gym.
Yeah.
How many days a week do you go to the gym? Just so
When
the
I was in
listeners
camp,
understand.
every day.
Yeah, every day.
Every day.
But you're a lawyer.
And I'm a lawyer. And even if I wasn't in the gym sparring or whatever, I go to hot yoga.
Right.
Remember,
You're spending money on this.
I'm 37 years old,
Right.
so I can't. It's not like how it was when I was 20 years. When I was 20 years old, I hop on a basketball court. I wouldn't even stretch. I said, "Yo, I got next."
Man, listen.
Now I got to
Bruh.
do a whole yoga routine
Man,
before I get on the
listen.
court. You know,
Yes.
because I'm gonna get hurt. I'm gonna get injured. So me knowing that I was 37 years old, me knowing that my body is not the same that it used to be, me knowing that I have the wear and tear, cold plunge,
Right.
sauna,
Right.
hot yoga,
Right.
weekly stretches,
Right.
weekly massages,
Yeah.
just to make sure that my chiropractor, just to make sure that my body was ready and able and willing to perform for 10 minutes.
Right. You're paying the price
Yeah.
in so many different ways.
Yeah.
That go unseen.
Yeah.
And I think it takes a special or unique person or individual, certain qualities that I think sometimes, particularly in today's world of social media, the hustle looks glamorous,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But that truth, unless you peel back the curtain,
Yeah.
people don't understand.
They don't understand it unless you're an entrepreneur, unless you're a business guy. I try to explain it to my fighters. Sometimes, for example, they'll get mad at the promotion
Yeah.
they fight in because
Yeah.
they're not getting the money that they want and da 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 da. And I have to tell them sometimes. I say, hey, you see the commercials. I know you see, but as a business person,
Mhm.
I know when I first started my business,
Yeah.
people would see me on billboards.
Yeah.
So they thought I had money.
You thought you had it, yeah,
Little did they know,
bro.
all the money was just being thrown back into the business to
Yeah.
grow it.
Right.
So
You're not taking a
understand.
salary, especially in those early stages.
When I first started, I had lawyers making more money than me in my firm.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, well, now you've gone too damn far.
Yeah.
Hold on now. So
No,
what?
it
No,
had-
seriously.
Seriously.
Wow.
We didn't pay ourselves like that first
Yeah,
year. So,
yeah.
but we needed the attorneys.
You needed the
to
attorneys.
help
The
the
cases, yeah.
cases and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I had attorneys making money, and me and my business partner, that's part of being an entrepreneur. That's part of running your own business.
Yeah.
And I know other businesses and other entrepreneurs that are hearing this and seeing this can attest to it.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning,
Yeah.
it's tough, but it looks glamorous. It has
looks
to look
glamorous,
glamorous,
right.
Perception, right?
Right.
You have to give that perception to the masses so that they believe, that they want to come, that they want to be a part of what you're doing,
Mhm.
that they feel confident that you can help them with
Yeah.
their cases.
Yeah.
I had to invest in a nice office space. Can't have office space in the wrong spot because then
Right.
who's gonna trust
Who's
me
gonna
to
trust you?
handle
Yeah.
$1 million case if I'm in the wrong spot, right?
Right.
So all of those things are important when it comes to starting a business, growing a business. You gotta invest. You gotta spend money to make money.
Right.
And then eventually the money starts coming. But even when the money comes now, you gotta spend on overhead, spend
Right.
on your employees.
Right.
I got over 70 employees, right?
Is that scary?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's very scary.
In terms of having, like you mentioned, 70 employees,
Yeah.
right? If something were to happen, right, where you couldn't perform,
Mhm.
Jeremy couldn't perform, neither of you could perform, or whatever, something happened
Yeah.
where, now you got 70 or so people
Depending on
who
you.
have, yeah.
No, for sure. It
That's-
is scary.
It's terrifying.
But I mean, at the same time, I've never backed away from the fear.
That's what we're talking about,
like
right?
so
Yeah.
life if you run away from all the things that make you scared, you're
You're
be
never
able
gonna
to
achieve
enjoy
anything.
the finer things in life either.
Right, right.
Yeah, I can never be complacent. You know,
Right.
running a business, owning your own thing, it's scary.
It
right?
is.
Because you don't have anything steady. You don't have any income, right? But you know what the scariest thing for me is?
Mm.
Not knowing what could have happened if I would have done it.
Not knowing what could have happened had you not done it.
Like if I would have done it.
If you would have, yeah.
So like
that's scary.
Yeah, that's scarier.
Scarier.
I would rather take the risk.
Take that risk.
I tried and it didn't work out.
Right.
But it's scarier for me.
Yeah.
To be complacent, not try, and be like 70 years old and be like, damn, I wish I would. Never know.
You never know. You never know.
But look, I went on a whim. I don't want to say I went on a whim. It was always a plan of mine, but I did it.
Right.
You know, and I was able to grow this business, and I was able to make an impact on people's lives. I was able to, and I don't want to say we. I know you're talking to me, but we have been able to,
no. Right.
You know, make an impact on people's lives, and that for me is the most fulfilling thing that we've been able to do from a business. And even when I left the firm that I was at, it wasn't about money. I mean, they wanted me to stay. They offered me the money. It was about being able to have the platform, the legacy, the freedom. At the end of the day, what we want in life is freedom.
It's freedom.
It's not money. Money gives you freedom.
Right.
Right? But it's really the freedom to be able to be yourself, to be able to
that's it.
Write your own story.
To write your own story. I call it freedom of self-determination. I want to be able to self-determine.
Yeah.
I've been in corporate America for a very, very long time. And, you know, it's benefited me and my family in a lot of different ways. It really has. And so I'm very grateful. Having said that, there's a part of me that feels devalued because I am always under someone else's set of rules, guidelines, goals, agendas, right? That while they seem okay and fair, they're missing a side of me that I need to feel free.
Yeah.
Right? And I wonder if the law degree that you have, you're an LSU guy.
Yeah.
I didn't wear this purple by accident.
Okay.
By the way.
I thought it was Lakers.
No, it's not like it was a little bit for Kobe and LSU, but I'm from Baltimore. I'm a Ravens fan, so I got to wear purple no matter what. But anyway, you know, I know that the degree, you know, that comes with a lot. There's a lot of expectations that come with it. And again, I have my degree, and it feels good to know that you've achieved something. But it feels even better, right? Having a conversation like this with you right now, after 26 years of doing everything that I'm doing, even though I'm not making any money, I'm spending money.
Yeah.
This feels better to me. Yeah. This feels more altruistic, right? This feels more alive.
Yeah.
Doing something like this.
Yeah.
Because it feels free. So I relate to that 100%.
Yeah. And I think the most free you'll ever feel is being in a ring, bare-knuckle.
What you trying to call me out?
I'm just saying, though.
But you want
to
smoke.
If you want to feel free.
Right.
You know, obviously, there are side effects and there are ramifications.
Certain ramifications.
But, you know, that's the most alive you'll ever feel.
Right.
You know? Right. And for me, it's like, what's the point of living a life if you're not really living?
Right.
You know, and while I'm here,
you want that.
I want to be able to do everything.
Yeah.
I want to be able to try everything.
No doubt about it.
My wife didn't want me to fight.
That had been a conversation and a half. I know. Yeah, I'm sure.
Nobody wanted me. My parents didn't want me to fight.
Nah.
Nobody wanted me to fight.
Nobody.
But I told them, I said, dream of mine. This is something that I'm passionate about. This is something that I, for myself, have to overcome.
Right. Now, was it something, you know, because from a business standpoint, I think a lot of men, we get into business because we want to prove something, right, to the world, maybe, right, to other business leaders or whatever, right? But fighting, was that something that you wanted to prove to yourself?
Yeah. It wasn't about proving it to anyone else.
Yeah.
Even if I would have lost that night, I had already won.
You won.
I won when
because
I made
you
the
got
walk.
in there. Yeah.
That was it.
Right.
And maybe that's why I was so confident.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
because
why
you couldn't lose at that
lose.
point. Right.
Maybe that's why when I was in the back, I was so chill because I knew nobody was going to prevent me from making the walk.
Right.
So I already won.
Right.
So now, you know, we're just going to go in there and have fun.
Right.
And whatever happens, happens.
I love it.
You know, I put in the work. I put in the time. I knew I had the skills to be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
I knew I had the support.
Mhm.
You know, friends, family was out there.
Right.
It wasn't like I was out in Kansas
Man,
City.
you had frat out there.
My whole line.
Stop.
My entire.
That was dope, by the way. The walkout was dope.
And I appreciate it. And it's very rare that I
The
have
whole
my
line.
line. It's very rare from my ace to the tail, and I'm the
Yeah.
tail, to be in the same room at the same
Crazy.
time.
That's crazy.
And I was able to get everybody in Kansas City, Kansas.
Wow.
Out of
In the middle of nowhere, yeah.
In the middle of nowhere to come and be a big part of that event, of that memory, of that celebration for me.
Right.
And for me, it was a celebration. It was a celebration of manhood. It was a celebration of, you know, putting something into existence. It was a celebration of overcoming your fears.
Yeah.
It was a celebration of fighting and being vulnerable in front of millions.
Yeah, being vulnerable in front of millions, your family, your frat, your mom, your dad.
Yeah.
Your
And
kids.
I was ready to
Right.
go all out. I was ready for my face to be all messed up. I thought the worst case possible.
Sure.
And I was
And it
okay
still didn't stop
with
you
it.
with
No,
going in there.
I was okay with it. I was at peace with it.
Yeah, peace.
When I stepped into that cage,
Right.
I knew
love
that there was a possibility I could have died.
Yeah.
And I was okay with it.
Yeah.
And I think a large part of the reason why I was okay with it maybe is because of maybe things that I've been able to accomplish, maybe the people that I've been able to help, that if I died that night in that ring, I would have died accomplished man, happy man, fulfilled man, and a man who was just fighting for what he believed in.
Left it all on the table. Left it all in the ring.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or cage.
Or cage. Cage. I got to get that right.
Nah, no worries.
I mean, so you mentioned manhood, and, you know, fighting has a way of, at some point, right? All fighters, some of the greatest fighters of all time.
Yeah.
Fighting has a way of humbling.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody.
Right?
I mean, eventually, you know, it's gonna humble you.
Yeah.
Has fighting, getting in the ring, having a bare knuckle match, has that sort of redefined what masculinity and strength is to you? Had you thought of it one way prior, right? Because I didn't pledge. I did not pledge Q Dog.
Yeah.
I don't just.
I mean, you look like Q right now.
But no, I did not pledge Q Dog.
With
Because
the boots on and all.
with the boots on and all. But that's, you know, that's East Coast. That's what we do. But anyway, no. As I was saying, what I was saying was, you know, I didn't pledge. I went to the smoker for the Kappas and the Qs, both.
Okay. You picked the right year, in 1911. Okay, they're both 1911.
Right. So I went, and I couldn't get over the fact. I couldn't get over the thought that you was gonna put your hands on me, and I wasn't gonna put my hands on you. I couldn't do it, Vic. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get over that.
Hey, we don't put hands on nobody, bro.
No. We can edit that part out. No, that don't happen.
Leave it in there. We real.
Look, so I'm like, you know, I wasn't satisfied with the notion that you was gonna call me your brother and you gonna put your hands on me. I'm 5, you know, I'm short. I got that complex. I got the little man. I ain't even gonna front. Like, you put your, so I couldn't get over that. But there's a lot that can be learned, right, from the frat, right? Brotherhood, manhood, masculinity, all of those different things. As you know, as we're growing and we're trying to define those things. But then you get to a place where, your line walks you out. You get into a fight that they haven't gotten into. Has that now redefined masculinity for you, strength for you, knowing that you could have lost your life?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it redefined, because I always had the mindset that real masculinity and real strength was never anything physical. It was always something mental.
Okay.
You know? So I think that night just justified that ideology and that thought process that I had. It's funny that you bring up the frat thing. There's a reason why I walked out with my frat. And for me, I told them, I was like, yo, it's going to be the biggest fight of my life.
Yeah.
And I need you guys to be there. I need that energy.
You need that energy.
Because pledging was one of the hardest things I had to do.
Right.
To this day, one of the hardest things I had to do physically. Right? And I knew that I was going in there to fight.
Right.
And I always tell people a large part of the reason why I'm able to do many things, and it's not that I'm fearless, it's just that I'm willing to fight the fear. Right? We all have fears. We all have insecurities.
Right.
Bruce Lee always said, let fear visit, but don't let it move in. You know, so for me, it's okay for the whole fear thing to happen. But I knew that if I had the frat brothers there who have gone through the fire with me, who have
Seen
been
that
beaten
part
up
of you.
with me,
Gotcha.
who have been done all of those things,
I get it.
I knew that it was
I
going
get
to
it.
take me to another level because I always tell people that I could do anything in life. You know why? Because I pledged. You can't tell me anything.
Right.
If you haven't pledged,
Right.
if you've pledged, you understand
You
what
understand
I'm saying.
what you're saying. Yeah.
You know, so that fight was nothing.
Right.
Because I pledged 6 weeks, 3 days. And, you know,
nobody put hands on you.
you know.
No, they don't do that.
And if I
Shit.
pledged and I wasn't able to hit back,
Right.
and I was able to do that for 6 weeks, 3 days, I could
This
fight
dude,
for 10
this
minutes.
dude, right? Yes, 10 minutes.
And I get
5
to
to
hit
2
him
minutes. Yeah,
back.
you're gonna hit him back, right? Right.
You know.
Right.
But the whole violence part that you're talking about,
Right.
it's all part of the process.
Yeah.
It's something that at the time while you're going through it, obviously you don't like it, but
Right.
you appreciate it afterwards because what it's really doing is breaking you down.
Yeah.
It's breaking you down to build you back
Build
up.
you back up.
It's not, hey,
Yeah.
I'm beating you up so you can be here.
Right.
No, I'm building you up so you can be stronger.
Right.
So that you can be mentally stronger. So that you can overcome anything.
Right.
And a large part of the reason why I feel like I do have that moment
It's
because I
you went through
pledged.
that.
It's because I'm a part of the side. It's
Shout out to
because
Pat.
I did the whole thing with the frat 6 weeks, 12 hours, 24 minutes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you.
and
I wanted to have this conversation. Yeah, I wanted
and
to talk
it's
about it.
honestly made, I don't want to say made me, but it's a part of
part
me.
of the journey.
And I
Yeah.
embrace it, and it's a part of the journey.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why it's symbolic. Why when I walked out there, we walked out to the road to Capeland is long, rough, and rugged. Takes a hell of a man to make it on through. But if you ain't man enough to keep up this lonely journey, get your ship off the road, let a real man through. Get
There it
your
is.
ship off the road, 'cause Kappa ain't for you. When I heard that song, it brought back all the
Brought it all,
memories. It
memories.
brought back all the things that I had to
Wow.
go through.
I
And
love
I
it.
knew that when I walked in that ring, that cage, that
He wasn't.
he had nothing.
He ain't had
for me,
nothing for
bro.
that.
No matter what he was
I
bringing.
love it.
And that's probably part of the reason
That's
why I
part
had
of
so
the
much
reason.
confidence.
You had your bros right there.
I had them with me.
That's dope. Winning though had to feel surreal, nonetheless. Winning had to feel surreal.
For sure.
And then there's that moment. Well, I don't want to, I don't want to say what I saw, what I felt when I saw
Yeah.
you win. But what was that first emotion? What was that
When I
first
won?
emotion when you won? Was it pride? Was it relief? Was it, gratification, or was there something more spiritual, deeper, spiritually speaking, when you won that fight?
A little bit of all of that, man.
Okay.
I think, obviously, I think what you saw was relief.
I saw
maybe.
you grab your son.
Yes.
That to me was,
Yeah.
that
cool.
that hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Go
that was
ahead.
cool, man. It's hard. I don't want to get emotional talking about
I
it.
meant for that to be emotional, to be
Yeah.
honest with you, because what I saw was a father grab his son, embrace him. You're down on one knee. Your son has got his arms wrapped around you. You hoist him above your shoulders. You're starting to walk around the ring. You got your glasses on, your sunglasses on. But that moment had to have been special, Vic.
No, it was. It was. I mean, for me, I think it was a little bit of relief, a little bit of happiness, right? I had all those people coming out there, bro. I couldn't lose all those people, you know what I mean? But also, like, it's just like, I had my dad there, my wife was there, like being able to say I was gonna do something, actually do it, right? In a realm or in an arena that is so vicious,
It's
so
vicious.
so volatile, so unpredictable,
Yeah.
right? Like, I think I had the confidence because for me, I felt like I was in a movie that I was already written. I already knew the outcome.
Mhm.
I just had to act.
You had to go through it.
So I had to do the acting.
You had to
part.
go through it. You just had to act. You
And
just
I
go
had
through
to
it.
act, and I was able to have the platform to act. I was able to have the platform to perform, but my wife didn't want my son there. I wanted my son
I'm glad you had
because I
it.
wanted him to see me go through it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I didn't know I was gonna win. I mean, I hope though.
You hope you won.
I was preparing myself to win.
He's gonna love you no matter
Nah,
what.
for sure, for sure.
And you're
for
gonna
sure.
be his father no matter what.
For
But
sure.
that moment,
Yeah.
was special.
Nah,
And having
well,
him there had to mean something.
Yeah, yeah, it meant a lot. I wanted him to see, his dad overcome that. You know what I mean? I wanted him to know that, you're going to go through hard things in life, be fearful, but you just have to fight that fear. And when you fight that fear, you get great. Great things happen to you when you fight that. So, and bad things can happen too.
Sure.
But even with those bad things, great things happen, and it's all perspective. It's all how you look at those things. And for me, that night, having my son in there, it was all part of the plan. I don't know if you saw right after I won, I said, bring him in, because I had already told the promoter. I was like, when I win, son's gonna come in the ring. I'm gonna do my speech, and he's gonna be right there with me, so that I could have that moment with him for the rest.
Victor Demesmin Jr., you have accomplished so much
Yeah.
In your young life, dare I say, young life.
Very young.
But as someone who's a bit of your elder, I could not have been more proud of you in that moment.
Yeah.
That was the moment for me. All of the accomplishments, all of the success as a lawyer, as a businessman, and now as a manager of fighters, as a fighter yourself, it was that was the moment. That was the alchemical moment for me, watching you with your son.
The pinnacle. That was the climax. That was everything. And I think that's why after the fight, I didn't think I was going to feel that way, because my wife gave me permission for 3 fights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She gave me permission for 3 fights. I only went to Kansas to get my pro license, because in Florida, you need amateur fights to get a pro license.
Oh, okay.
So I went to Kansas to get pro license so I could come back to
So
Florida, fight at the Hard Rock.
Okay.
So my wife gave me permission for 3 fights. But little to her surprise, she had no idea that the next day when we were flying back, I told her I was retired.
You're retired.
One done.
One and done.
Retired. Undefeated. Pro bare-knuckle fighter.
Done.
But I felt fulfilled.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Everything was exactly what I wanted it to be.
Wow. But you got more than what you bargained for. She's
for sure.
She's going to give you 3.
Yeah.
You got the 1. She's happy.
I went through all the emotions in that one fight.
Beautiful.
So it was a beautiful thing.
Beautiful.
And it's going to help me in my business. It's going to help me in my life. It's going to help me with everything. I got to go.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm super proud of you.
Appreciate it, man.
This has been yet another episode of The Alchemist Lounge. Until next time, this has been Victor Demesmin Jr., Demesmin in Dover, all in management. Go check them out. We appreciate you all watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.